Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where ICE agents got more cake than hostess, this is Ballot.
That's right. ICE is hot. Let's hit this because I'd hit that. I'm Patrick Gutfield, and ICE San Diego posted what they thought was a routine arrest photo of Diego Hernandez, a 42-year-old man they say had multiple DUI convictions and illegal re-entries. The post was your standard ICE social media playbook. Name, shame, and photograph the arrestee while talking tough about public safety. But the internet being the internet, nobody paid attention to Hernandez or even his South Park t-shirt featuring Cartman saying, "Whatever, I do what I want." Which, given the circumstances, is either perfect irony or the worst possible timing for a wardrobe choice. No, what got everyone's attention was the female ICE agent in the photo who had her back to the camera. The post racked up nearly 30 million views and almost 12,000 replies. But not because people were discussing immigration policy. Instead, we got comments like, "What's the number for Agent Dumptruck?" And "I am also an illegal alien who commits crimes." Another user chimed in with, "That ICE agents got more cake than hostess." So there you have it. ICE thought they were making a point about law enforcement, but instead they accidentally created the internet's latest thirst trap. The agency that's supposed to be focused on border security inadvertently became a dating service for people who apparently have very specific fantasies about federal agents. Donald Trump spent his Sunday night doing what he does best, yelling at the television and then tweeting about it. This time, he's threatening to revoke the FCC licenses of ABC and NBC because they hurt his feelings with their fake news coverage. In a series of Truth Social posts that read like someone dictating while pacing around their living room, Trump demanded the networks pay millions of dollars a year in license fees and called them an actual threat to our democracy. Which is rich, considering he's the one threatening to shut down news networks for covering him unfavorably. The president also took time to insult ABC host Jonathan Karl's hair, writing that it looks absolutely terrible and claiming bad ratings can apparently affect one's appearance. This from a man whose own hair defies both gravity and explanation. What set Trump off this time? Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie appeared on ABC's This Week to discuss the FBI's raid on John Bolton's home. Christie had the audacity to suggest that Trump sees himself as someone who gets to decide everything and doesn't believe in separation between criminal investigations and the presidency. Christie also reminded viewers that Trump literally told everyone during his campaign that he would use the Justice Department as his personal legal team. And now people are shocked that he's actually doing it? Christie said, "You were told this. You were told that this was what he was going to do. And not by me, by Donald Trump." Trump's response was predictably mature. He called Christie sloppy and threatened to investigate him over the 2013 Bridgegate scandal. Marc Maron just delivered what might be the most polite character assassination in comedy history, calling Bill Maher desperate for relevance on Pod Save America. The 62-year-old podcasting pioneer didn't hold back, saying he can't do it when it comes to Maher anymore. "I always had a problem with his tone," Maron explained, which in comedian speak translates to, "This guy annoys the hell out of me." But Maron didn't stop there. He diagnosed Maher with what he calls desperate chasing of relevance. Apparently a condition that affects some boomers who can't accept that their cultural moment might be passing. According to Maron, this desperation has fundamentally changed how the 69-year-old Maher approaches his work. "I can't see past the desperation and what he's willing to do to stay in the conversation," Maron said, which is basically the comedy equivalent of saying someone sold their soul for retweets. Maron did throw Maher one backhanded compliment, acknowledging he has good joke writers who know how to write for his tone. So, essentially, your writers are fine, but you're insufferable. This is particularly brutal coming from Maron, who's built his career on being brutally honest about everyone, including himself. When the guy who made his name interviewing people in his garage while openly discussing his neuroses calls you desperate, that's not just criticism, that's a professional diagnosis. The underlying message seems to be that Maher has become so focused on staying culturally relevant that he's lost whatever authenticity he once had. Coming from a fellow comedian who's managed to stay relevant without chasing every trending topic, that stings a little more than your average Twitter beef. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Donald Trump are reportedly planning to ban COVID-19 vaccines within months, according to a close associate. And who is this trusted medical expert providing the inside scoop? Dr. Asim Malhotra, a British cardiologist who apparently had what he calls a holy S-word moment during a video call with Kennedy's team. Now, Malhotra claims this decision is based on a 2022 study that found people who got mRNA vaccines had a 16% higher risk of serious adverse events. Of course, the broader medical community has dismissed this study for having methodological flaws and biased data selection. Meanwhile, Kennedy has already canceled $500 million in funding for mRNA vaccine development. This is the same Kennedy who called the COVID shot the deadliest vaccine ever made, while simultaneously claiming there's no evidence that football leads to brain damage. So apparently, vaccines that have saved millions of lives are deadly, but repeated head trauma from 300-pound linemen, totally fine. Portions of today's program were made with the help of AI. Release the Epstein files, you coward.
Taylor Swift has a new album coming, The Life of a Showgirl, and we've got all the details. Join us every Sunday on the Taylor Swift Today podcast, your ultimate source for everything happening in Taylor's world. From her romance with Travis Kelce to career milestones, legal battles, and cultural impact, we cover it all. I'm Allie, and I'll bring you exclusive insights, breaking news, and the stories that matter to Swifties everywhere. Whether it's new music, red carpet appearances, or the latest from the Eras Tour, we're your weekly destination for Taylor Swift news. Subscribe to Taylor Swift Today wherever you get your podcasts.
From Calaroga Shark Media comes Celebrity Trials, the explosive new podcast that exposes the truth behind America's most captivating cases. I'm Reed Carter, and I'll take you inside real live daily trials and classic celebrity cases where fame, power, and justice collide. From Jeffrey Epstein's billion-dollar sex trafficking empire to the prep school killer who walked free, from family annihilators to celebrity plea deals. Discover the shocking verdicts, twisted evidence, and cultural forces that shape American justice. These aren't just crimes, they're cultural moments that reveal who we really are. Justice isn't always swift, but it's absolutely riveting. Celebrity Trials, available wherever you get your podcasts.
You can call me James. I spent 23 years designing aircraft that officially don't exist for agencies you think TV made up. Until I started asking the wrong questions. Navy ships are recording objects moving at impossible speeds. Infrastructure is failing in coordinated patterns. The moon looks smaller than it did 10 years ago. None of this is a coincidence. The official explanations don't add up. This is Paranormal Aliens, where we connect the dots they don't want connected. If you're hearing this, you know where to get podcasts. Follow Paranormal Aliens. New episodes weekly until they shut me down.